Here at the Disney-MGM studios, we feature sound stages, outdoor sets, state-of-the-art editing facilities, recording studios, and everything else needed to produce live action film and television. And that reminds me, you are welcome to shoot as much film and video as you'd like on the tour, so keep those cameras ready. The first shot you may wish to take is high in the skies. It's the symbol of the Disney-MGM studios, our award-winning Earful Tower. Now that masterpiece stands 13 stories tall, is capped off by a set of Mickey Mouse ears weighing 16 tons, and for those of you that like a little trivia, it's a hatch size of 3 cars are from Blade Runner, and the black classic car with green spokes is from The Untouchables. The 3 black and white police cars, along with all the colorful vintage vehicles, they're all from the 1990 summer blockbuster hit Dick Tracy. The beige buildings on your left are the bungalows that house the production companies currently working at the studios. Right now in Bungalow 1 we have Betty for 57, and Bungalow 3 is Ivan Tours Entertainment. They're working on Flipper the movie. It'll be coming to a theater near you later on this year. Now Brian's townhouse was used for a Northeastern holiday commercial. They trimmed the house with colored lights, brought in some pine trees, put down 50 tons of shaved ice and plastic, and the result was a beautiful white Christmas in July under sunny Florida skies. Here on the backlot, we can even control the weather a little bit. Parked in the carport of the Miami Art Deco style house is the 1963 teal blue Cadillac Coupe de Ville used in the movie Tram. Rue McClanahan, Estelle Getty, better known as TV's Emmy Award-winning Golden Girls. All of the exterior shots come from right here on Residential Street. They're edited together with interior footage. Neighbors on the right, it's home to Touchstone Television's Empty Nest, starring Richard Mully for our dog. On Residential Street, we have the Bulldog Cafe. From the Disney movie The Rocketeer, it's where the Flyers meet Roof. And if you look up ahead on the left, you'll see our very own piece of the Big Apple. That's New York Street. We'll be coming back there just a little bit later on in the tour. That's where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles make their appearance. Savage. It's modeled after an SR-71 Blackbird spy plane and has been clocked on the water at speeds over 70 miles an hour. The cockpit section, flown by Roy Scheider in Blue Thunder, and the Silver Airplane tail coming up has an interesting story. Our set designers are looking for an airplane to use in the Casablanca scene of the Green Movie ride. They found one in Texas that looked the part, brought it here, checked the serial numbers. They found out that that is the actual airplane used in the 1942 classic starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. It was just a little bit of luck on our part. Now, how many people on here saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit? There's some hands. You might recognize these cars coming up. They're 3 of the 7 that were driven by Bob Hoskins as Detective Eddie Valiant. There were actually 7 cars, each one depicted the same car in a different state of disrepair. Now the last car is the one that Roger got a hold of. Drove it through Toontown, turned it into a hardtop convertible. Now you know that every story has a moral. The moral of this story is, never let a tune drive your car. Alright? Okay. Now in many movies they use different cars like that because it's easier to reshoot the same scene rather than destroy cars over and over. For example, Herbie the Love Bug had 26 different models underneath. That is a bus modified to look like a trolley gator. The one with the hole cut in the front was used to tape all of the sequences where actors got in and out. The other was hung in front of a blue screen. Now you can learn more about blue screen and other special effects at Inside the Magic Special Effects and Production Tour. They're actually not Martian metal, they're just wood, painted with a metallic paint. And there's big gears from the climactic final scenes of Dick Tracy and the set to Disney's Emmy Award-winning Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme. Now, if you look back across the canal, you'll see that there is no privacy on Residential Street. You might not want to move in here after all. All of the architectural details stop just out of camera range. We only build what the camera needs to see. That's an old Hollywood trick known as saving money. But what if the camera needs to see something you couldn't find? For example, here in Central Florida, you'd never find a working oil field and a dry, rocky, barren desert canyon. So when the studios were being built, we included one, and we call it Catastrophe Canyon. Now we have special clearance. You saw just a minute ago they were doing some filming. Right now we're going to get to go inside. They're going to show you how it would produce a rain effect. Now folks, I do drive it in here across the ravine, so it had to be lifted with a crane over the top of the canyon walls, set into place, and then they set the parking brake. Now remember back on Residential Street, I told you that we can even control the weather. Well, that's important because some scripts call for a downpour. And on a day like today, Mother Nature just isn't willing to cooperate. But since time is money in the movie-making business, when the cameras are ready to roll, the rain has to be ready to fall, and it has to be ready to fall on cue. Lights, camera, action. That rain is being produced by high-powered water spouts overhead and out of camera range. The nozzle sprays the water outward in a crisscross pattern.
D1, take 2.
Guys, I've got people in here. Folks, they must not know we're in here. Just hold on, everybody. We'll be... I thought that one was their line. How about y'all? What did everybody think of Catastrophe Canyon? Woo! Yay! All right, Brian, we enjoyed it, but we're ready to get out of here whenever you are. Well, you people were wonderful. Great acting. These ladies leaned over, covered up. I know they were just pretending to be scared. I heard screams in the back. I do owe a word of apology to those of you on the right-hand side of the shuttle. I forgot to tell you that you get crushed by everybody on the left trying to get away from that water. Well, the water's over. The water's over. From behind, you can see that the canyon is a steel structure covered with a thin wire mesh. Then our artist added a thin layer of colored concrete. And white pipes carry all of the water for the flash flood. That was started when we opened the gates to 3 large tanks on top of the canyon, sending 70,000 gallons of water thundering towards our shuttle. To make it even more realistic, some of the water was blown with air cannons. Those are so powerful that if you took one to New York City, put a basketball in it, turned it all the way up, you could shoot the basketball over the top of the Empire State Building. The earthquake that you felt was created by hydraulic shaker cables under the canyon. Now, I know it seemed like a completely out of control disaster while it was happening, and it actually was. A safe, computerized sequence of events. Catastrophe Canyon was built with the help of a Hollywood special effects team, and the entire show can be reset in 3.5 tango. You've got a big city cathedral. Brian tells me that that church is made to alter.
God.
No, I didn't like it either. Sorry, Brian. As we pass behind the Washington Square Arch, take a shot down New York Street, you'll see our very own New York City skyline. That's done with a special effect known as forced perspective. Those are actually just 2-inch thick painted flats mounted onto steel supports. The actual Empire State Building is over 100 stories tall. Ours is just over 4, and it's only about a block away. Well, there's the stage where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles make their appearances, the evil Judge Doom's Dipmobile, and they tell me that we're coming to the end of our tour. Aww. After you get off the shuttle, if you follow Roger Rabbit's pink bunny feet, they'll take you to the Looney Bin gift shop or on further to Inside the Magic Special Effects and Production Tour.